Okay, so the first intervention that we did was a perma-blitz in October 2016. And one of the first things we did here was we marked out this main path through the terrace. And here, in this area, we did some work and we shaped the ground into mounds. So the bottom of the mound captures more of the dew, contains more humidity, and that's just a part of a sort of a water retention earthworks. And in this area we planted, we added manure, we added straw, we planted vegetables, chard, cabbage, fennel, lettuce, broccoli. One of the cabbages has turned into the amazing cabbage tree many years later. And we planted some trees. Over here, this is where in 2016, in fact, in that square that we've just done analysis in that square a couple of weeks ago, that's where we planted an almond tree in a beautiful ceremony in memory of Bill Mollison, who died that year, who's one of the founders of permaculture. And around the tree, we made a donut-shaped mulch basin to again try and keep the water in the ground, and we would always water in the donut so that the roots of the tree have to reach outwards and you don't water exactly right under the tree. You don't want the tree's roots to go down, you want them to go out to create a sturdy root base. And we also put down a green manure with vetch, sorghum, Italian ryegrass, esparceta, sorry there's a mixture of languages here, and we put down a very light mulch over the places where we had seeded so that the seeds could still grow. The observations that we made about this area following that intervention were that the vetch, the esparceta and the beans, we planted some broad beans as well, they did very well in this area. The cabbage and the chard did very well in the vegetable area. The prickly pears, we planted some prickly pears thinking that they would be a good drought resistant and food producing thing to have in the forest. They rotted in the winter, so they just got too wet. The almond tree did survive one season, but as you can see it's not there anymore. It didn't survive the long term. We did put some cuttings of buckthorn and willow straight into the ground. Those did not take root. And some of the trees we planted, we just put the donuts too big because they were tiny little sapling trees and the donuts were too big.